Ethan had always believed in the American dream. Work hard, save money, buy a home. That was the promise he grew up with. And for a long time, he chased it with everything he had. At 29 years old, Ethan finally felt like he had made it. He stood in front of a small house on a quiet American street, holding a folder full of papers, shaking hands with a real estate agent. This was it, his first home. He took a photo in front of the house and sent it to his parents. He posted it online. Friends congratulated him. Everyone said the same thing: "You did it. You're finally successful." But what no one saw was what it was already costing him. The monthly mortgage payment alone was more than half of his income. Then came property taxes, home insurance, electricity, water, internet, trash, repairs. Suddenly, every dollar he earned already had a job. At first, Ethan didn't panic. He told himself this was normal. "This is just how adults live," he said. But slowly, the stress started to creep in. One morning, his water heater broke. Cold showers. A repair bill he couldn't afford, so he put it on a credit card. A month later, the roof started leaking during a storm. Another credit card. Then the fridge stopped working. Then the washing machine. Before he realized it, Ethan was juggling 5 different credit cards, each one close to its limit. He started opening bills with a knot in his stomach. Minimum payments, late fees, interest. The house that was supposed to give him stability was quietly draining everything he had. Ethan stopped going out with friends. He stopped ordering food. He started cooking cheap meals at home. Ramen noodles, rice, eggs. Some nights, he sat alone in his kitchen eating the same meal, looking around at a house that felt bigger than his life. He began turning off lights to save electricity. He unplugged appliances. He kept the thermostat low. But no matter how careful he was, the numbers never worked. So he worked more, overtime, weekends, late nights. He was exhausted. He would come home from work, drop his bag on the floor, and sit in silence. Not enjoying the home he worked so hard to buy. Just worrying about it. Every paycheck felt like it disappeared before it even arrived. Ethan realized something painful. He didn't own the house. The house owned him. He couldn't quit his job. He couldn't take a break. He couldn't take a risk. If he missed even one payment, everything would collapse. One night, sitting alone in his living room, surrounded by furniture he barely used, Ethan asked himself a question he had been avoiding. Did I buy a home? Or did I buy a lifetime of stress? People always talk about home ownership, its freedom. But for Ethan, it felt like a cage, a beautiful cage, but still a cage. He watched his friends travel, start businesses, change careers. He stayed trapped, trying to keep up with a house that kept asking for more. After 2 years, Ethan finally reached a breaking point. He was tired of waking up with anxiety, tired of checking his bank account, tired of pretending everything was fine. So he made a decision that shocked everyone. He sold the house. He didn't make a profit. He actually lost money. But something else happened. For the first time in years, he felt light. No more mortgage, no more panic, no more fear of one bad month destroying his life. Ethan moved into a small apartment. It wasn't fancy, but it was affordable. And it gave him something his house never did: peace. Ethan slowly began to understand how dangerous his mistake had been. No one had warned him how expensive freedom could become when it was tied to a mortgage. Every advertisement he had ever seen told him that buying a home was the smartest financial move. But no one talked about the pressure. No one talked about the fear of losing everything. No one talked about what it feels like to wake up every day knowing one missed paycheck could destroy your life. For a long time, Ethan blamed himself. He thought he was weak. He thought he was bad with money. But then he started looking around. He saw millions of people just like him. People who bought homes they could barely afford. People drowning in credit card debts just to keep the lights on. People smiling on social media while secretly panicking about their bank accounts. Ethan realized something important. The system was built this way. Banks make money when you borrow. Real estate companies make money when you buy. Credit card companies make money when you struggle. And regular people pay the price. After moving into his small apartment, Ethan finally had breathing room. He started paying off his debt, slowly, one card at a time. It wasn't fast, but it was real. For the first time, his paycheck didn't disappear the same day it arrived. He could save again. He could plan again. He could sleep again. And most importantly, he could think. Ethan began dreaming about a different kind of life. Not one where he looked successful, but one where he actually felt free. He didn't need a big house. He didn't need a fancy neighborhood. He needed peace. He needed stability. He needed control over his time and money. And that was something no mortgage had ever given him. Years later, when people asked Ethan if he regretted selling his house, he would smile. Because he didn't lose a home, he got his life back.